Welcome to Bayes University, Abuja, Nigeria, with a legacy of excellence and a vision for nurturing future leaders. Bayes University is in a league of its own. We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
Bayes is one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about three things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
Bayes University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at Bayes University and invest in your future today.
Bayes University is the institution that you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
Bayes University. Learn to live.
Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria, around the world, to Midday News on Global Television. Coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, I am Anthony Momodu. The Rivers State Police Command has taken over the 23 local government council secretariats of the state to prevent further breakdown of law and order. The Commissioner of Police, Rivers State, Olutunji Disu, who made this known while addressing journalists, said the measure would also check further bloodshed in the state. Queen Agaba has details.
Following the clash of supporters of two political party factions over the tenure of local government council chairmen, there was breakdown of law and order leading to the death of one person in Eberi, Omuwa local government council of the state. Rivers State Commissioner of Police Olatunji Disu says in view of this, conventional police officers and anti-riot police officers have been deployed to the area.
We are not taking it lightly. We are ready to go. Our officers have been on show of force. We have had additional men given to us from the headquarters. The equipment have been serviced. We are ready to go. This is just to assure members of the public that so far as we are concerned, we are ready to do our jobs of protecting lives and properties. And we have tried our best. We have warned anybody who will want to take laws into their hands. I want to use this opportunity to talk to parents, to call their children and talk to them, so that their children will not be used as cannon fodder in this crisis.
The command further urged groups and individuals to be law-abiding and warned that anyone found wanting will be dealt with. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
Meanwhile, Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission says it has commenced the process of conducting local government elections in the state. This is contained in a public notice signed by the Chairman and Chief Electoral Commissioner, Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, retired Justice Adolphus Enebeli. The announcement is coming barely 24 hours after the state governor, Sim Fubara, while swearing in caretaker committee chairman for the 23 local government councils, said their tenure will not be as long as the local government election will be held soon. In a related development, Chairman of Imo State Independent Electoral Commission, Charles Ejiogu, has said the local government election will take place on September 21st across 305 wards and 4,758 polling units in the state. He stated this during a stakeholders meeting held in Owerri, Imo State capital. Ejiogu said the stakeholders' engagement is meant to show determination to deepen democratic governance at the grassroots level in the state. As the nation awaits President Bola Tinubu's executive bill on new minimum wage to the National Assembly, a host of states may need a bailout or retrench workers to be able to pay the 62,000 naira being proposed by the federal government and organized labor sector. Although most of the states have been getting more allocations since the removal of the fuel subsidy in May 2023, the increment is reportedly insufficient to sustain payment of 62,000 naira minimum wage. Meanwhile, the organized private sector has said there is nothing like agreement in the just concluded meeting of the tripartite committee on the new national minimum wage, but an alignment of interest. Nigeria and the Space Exploration and Research Agency in the USA has signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at sending the first Nigerian to space. Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology Uche Naji said at the signing ceremony in Abuja that human space flight is a major aspiration of Nigeria. Director General of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. Jide Idris, has disclosed that the center is considering declaring a state of emergency on cholera if cases recorded go beyond manageable threshold. Olajide said this during the Ade Tokunbo Alakija Memorial Travel Medicine Lecture held in Lagos, organized by the Nigerian Society of Travel Medicine. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention boss noted that the subject to the data that would be obtained from all the partners involved in the assessment, the health authorities may call it emergency situation if recorded cases have exceeded a particular threshold. You're watching Midday News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times Channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News returns, Director General of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control says health authorities may declare emergency amidst cholera outbreak. These and other stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us.
Get ready for it. Inside Today brings you issues relating to family, peer pressure, drugs, substance abuse, societal and topical issues making rounds. Join Jumain Manson on Global Television Monday to Thursday and they repeat every Friday. Time 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point. This is business.
Welcome back from the break. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of Midday News. Thank you for staying with us. On the foreign scene, at least 34 people have died after consuming toxic bootleg alcohol in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu. The incident took place in Kalakuruchi district, where several residents fell ill after consuming the liquor. At least 80 people are being treated in hospitals for illnesses such as excessive diarrhea, and officials say the death toll could rise further. 2 people have been arrested so far, and a wider investigation has begun. Away from Asia, Israeli forces have pounded areas in the central Gaza Strip overnight, killing 3 people and wounding dozens of others, according to medics, while tanks deepened their invasion into Rafah in the south. Health officials said Israeli planes struck a house in the Al-Nusayrat camp, killing 2 people and wounding 12 others, while tanks shelled areas in the Al-Maghazi and the Al-Baruj camps, wounding many other people. Nusayrat and Maghazi and Burej are the 3 Gaza's 8 historic refugee camps. The leaders of Vietnam and Russia have said they want to boost their ties as the pair meet in Vietnamese capital, Hanoi. Vietnamese President To Lam was full of praise for his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin, congratulating him on his recent re-election. Putin, on his part, said strengthening a strategic partnership with the Southeast Asian country was one of Russia's priorities. In business, reduction in the cost of trade, facilitation of business expansion, and effective standardization have been identified as factors to rapid market growth under the African single market. This was made known by the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Doris Uzoka Anite, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ambassador Noura Abba Rimi, at the 30th General Assembly of the African Organization for Standardization in Abuja. Kikelobo Okere tells us more.
The Minister, Industry, Trade and Investment, Doris Uzoka Anite, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Noura Abba Rimi, says the African Continental Free Trade Agreement presents great opportunities for businesses in the continent, including small and medium-term enterprises. She therefore stressed the need for all countries to work hard and deliberate on policies that will spur robust standardization activities on the continent.
I wish to assure you that the present administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will continue to support ASO to facilitate African industrialization and intra-Africa and global trade through the provision of harmonized African standards and conformity assessment procedures that promote sustainable development.
President of the African Organization for Standardization, Professor Alex Dodo, noted that standard and trade have been identified as the milestone that will take Africa to a global competitive level. It says there is need for technocrats to develop a system of education befitting of African beyond grammatical grammar borrowed from other parts of the world.
If we as standards agencies of Africa do not consider competencies that are required and recognize them through certification schemes for the informal sector, then we are doing what Lord Bolton said in Ghana this week, that we are beginning just to educate to keep the global system just as it is.
The Director General, Standard Organization of Nigeria, Ifeanyi Okeke, charges African countries with the responsibilities of fostering quality culture that meets the international benchmark in order to reduce technical barrier to trade within the continent. He further says there is urgency need for African countries to redouble effort for quality and formidable education for all African children.
The government's commitment to educational reform reflects our understanding that education is the foundation of national development. At the Standards Organization of Nigeria, we are committed to integrating this roadmap with our collective goal of fostering a quality culture and transfer of knowledge through standardization.
The 30th African Organization for Standardization is tagged Educate an Africa Fit for the 21st Century, Building a Quality Culture, One Market, One Standard. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The average price of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, rose by 223.21% to approximately 770 naira per litre in May 2024 from 238 naira 11 kobo per litre recorded in the corresponding period of 2023. The National Bureau of Statistics made this known in its report, Premium Motor Spirit Petrol Price Watch for May 2024. The report stated that on month-on-month basis, an increase of 9.75% was recorded from 701 naira 24 kobo per litre in April 2024. The National Bureau of Statistics has said that the average price of 5 kilogram cooking gas increased from 6,521 naira 58 kobo recorded in April 2024 to 7,418 naira 45 kobo in May 2024. This is contained in the Bureau's cooking gas price watch for May 2024 released in Abuja. The report said the May price represented a 13.75% increase compared to what was obtained in April 2024. The MBS said the average price of 5 kilogram cooking gas increased on year-on-year basis by 70.12% from 4,360 naira 69 kobo recorded in May 2023 to 7,418 naira 45 kobo in May 2024. No fewer than 3 million poor and vulnerable households have benefited from the $800 million palliative loan disbursed by the World Bank to cushion the effect of recent government policies, such as the fuel subsidy removal. Of these beneficiaries, 700,000 households were from rural areas and about 2.5 million households were from the urban areas. The World Bank revealed this in its restructuring paper on how to bolster its social safety net programs amidst rising inflation and economic challenges. This was as the federal government submitted a request to extend the period of the closing date by 18 months from June 30th, 2024 to December 31st, 2025. The Ekiti State Electricity Regulatory Bureau has threatened to sanction Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company and the Benin Electricity Distribution Company over failure to report power supply shortfalls. The Bureau recently issued an order on tariff setting for Ekiti customers under the BEDC and the IBEDC service areas in Ekiti State, and another order on mandatory metering of customers by the discos and the meter asset providers. In the others, the regulator threatened to impose heavy fines on the two discos if they failed to publish shortfalls whenever they could not provide the minimum hours of electricity required required of them for customers in all band A to E. Let's jump into the exciting world of sport, where Arsenal remain interested in signing Victor Osimhen but are unwilling to meet his 120 million euros release clause set by Napoli. Osimhen continues to be highly regarded as one of the top strikers in Europe, and Napoli set to release clause to protect his market value. Anticipating high demand this summer, the striker has agreed with Napoli that he can leave if a suitable offer arrives, and he is now waiting for potential clubs to make their move. Arsenal is in search of a new striker, viewing Osimhen as a strong candidate after they failed their attempt to sign Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig. Still talking sports, former Chelsea, Tottenham and Manchester United manager Jose Mourinho would be interested in bringing Romelu Lukaku to Fenerbahce this summer. Lukaku was talk of the town during Belgium's loss to Slovakia, and the striker's future is yet to be defined. With Chelsea looking to move him on in the summer, reports say there is interest from Middle East, and Antonio Conte is keen on signing the player at Napoli, and he wants to make him the center of his project. Olympic-bound Nigerian star Aruna Quadri continued his upward trajectory in the latest men's global ranking released. In the latest ratings, Quadri moved up one place to 16th position, amassing a total of 1,280 points. The 35-year-old was one of the high-profile names expected to light up the World Table Tennis Service Lagos 2024, but injury has ruled him out of the tournament. The Super Eagles have experienced a decline in the latest FIFA men's ranking, which was released on Thursday morning. The three-time African champions dropped 8 places from 30th position to the 38th position in the FIFA ranking, following a 1-1 draw against South Africa, Bafana in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, and a subsequent 2-1 defeat to Benin Republic in the match held at the Ivory Coast. The Super Eagles faced challenges in their 2026 World Cup qualifying campaign. That's it on Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media